everyone, my name is Hannah. I'm glad that you're here, and today we're going to do some more art, but first, a fit check. So we have the Third Eye Blind skeleton surfing shirt, we have a thermal because it's cold out, and we have the best jeans, non-jeans ever invented by mankind. So yeah, that's what we're working with today, and my necklace. Let's do some art. Alright, so I wanted to start the video by giving you my inspiration. This is my moon cactus. It's not powdered sugar all over the plants, it's some bug killer that I can't pronounce the name of. But then we get into sketching, so here's that, and then I fast forward through the sketching of the actual cactus, and then now I'm writing out the words on the sides because I want it to be, even if it's not recognizable from what I'm about to do to this drawing, it'll be recognizable because I wrote out what it was, so it's gonna be okay. I'm also drawing a little moon on the top corner. I ended up not keeping it in. Also, what do you guys think about the longer video? I decided I want to maybe start making longer videos instead of time-lapse and everything. For this clip, I wanted to say that I had good intentions. I went back into my sketchbook and found what colors I wanted to use, but I ended up just kind of winging it and not paying attention to any of the colors that I used. I just went for it and did what I felt like was gonna be right. I'm still not super happy with the outcome, but I'm decided to be done with it. The top of the cactus took a pretty long time. It was a lot of like going back and forth with different colors, going over the different colors. These markers are super forgiving, and I'm grateful for that because otherwise this wouldn't have been possible. I probably went over every color at least twice, if not more than that. The red parts and the green when I was trying to blend out the shadows and stuff, definitely more than that. So I love these markers. Shout out to these markers. I love them very much. I was going for something specific with this art piece. I don't think I achieved what I'd want. I want to try it again. Like I said before, a lot of this art piece was trial and error, going over things a million bajillion times with different colors, different shades, outlining things, underlining things, doing whatever, scribbling, going over it with a wet paintbrush and trying to blend some stuff. Like, it was just crazy, but it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, and it reminded me that art is supposed to be fun, and I'm supposed to not want to perfect everything all of the time, You can mess up, you don't have to get perfect results. I guarantee that even if you think your art is bad, somebody out in the world will think that it's good. That's the whole reason I started this channel, I have a lot to learn, but people like to watch me do stuff, and so that's my little pep talk. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this piece, even if it's not exactly what I wanted, even if it's not in the style that I want. I still went and did it and made it, and it turned out how it turned out, And at the end of the day, that's all you can do sometimes. here I go in and start adding little flowers for the first time. I looked back at my picture and I realized they're kind of in this weird like clump formation kind of thing, and I wasn't sure how to portray that. So I just went crazy with the colors. I was doing oranges, I was doing pinks, I was doing purples, I was doing reds, I was doing everything. The whole warm side of the color wheel, it's probably on this page somewhere. While I'm waiting for everything else to dry, since I've been laying down colors like crazy, I decide to go and color in the pots. And now we're back to adding flowers in little places and seeing what happens and trying out other stuff. For this part, I decide that in the picture there's kind of white spots on the cactus. I don't know if that means it's gonna die soon or what, but I tried to emulate that by using white. I ended up not liking how it looks, and so later in the video I do like a brown on the edges. I wanted to not outline anything and like not use pen because line art is my favorite thing in the world, but I wanted this to only be markers. But I am still Hannah, and line art is one of my main things that I like to do, and so I had to add lines somewhere. I had to outline it in some way. At this point, I'm even trying to use like a gray metallic marker for the other side because in my head, the outer sides are darker than the inner sides, and so I was like, okay, well, I'll use a dark color, but like I said, I swapped it out for a brown, and then I stick with the brown from then on. For this part, I mixed two of the pot colors together, the darkest color I used and like a lighter highlighter color kinda, and then I blended out with the brush to make it look more dynamic, I guess. And then I decided to do the background. I was worried about the background because I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I thought it would look better if it wasn't just white. So I decided to do this dark blue and cover up everything in the background. I also decided to cover up the moon because I feel like putting moon cactus and the moon in the corner would have been too on the nose. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to write it out and that's just how it's going to be. And then at the end of it, I add moon cactus. I went over the words probably about 1 billion times. I didn't show the whole process of that because I was just trying to figure it out. But basically what I ended up doing was I had a lighter blue and then I had an off-white. And so here is the final piece. And there you go. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, give it a comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and it makes me happy. Have a good day. Bye.